you know, how much of it's evaporating, that stuff calculate. How many hours a day is it used, so you are gonna be able to set the time that it opens and closes with our activator. The controller's gonna shut it off at 8 o'clock in the evening and not allow it to be started until 10 in the morning. But, you know, you've got weather days, it's kind of an inexact science, but we can get you a number.
So the other part to think about is that as you, like in these images, you see every feature spray. It is something that, this is not activated until a child goes up and hits the activator. And then everything, suddenly now all the light comes to everything. When you can set it so that only certain things are going off at a time, and it's kind of, it's drawing the attention of the kids to keep moving around the splash pad.
It'll be sequenced so that you're only at about 75% of total each time it turns on, and the kids are kind of chasing the water around. They'll figure out which components are coming on next, they're gonna start moving, then when it stops, they run back over and punch it back, and it all starts over again.
So again, Will was talking, you know, if you could be, you know, swallowing a bill $5,000–6,000 a month for water and sewer, then, you know, you're on top of a couple of years, and then you're like, well, maybe we made the wrong decision. Because then you're, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, luckily, the city has a little cheaper water in town. I mean, I can't imagine that this would be that expensive. Now, I could be totally wrong, but, I mean, I've used 50,000 gallons. I had someone leave a water thing on at the house one time, years ago on the farm, and my bill was $100-some. Because it gets cheaper the more you use our water heater. The more gallons you use, cheaper per thousand it gets. So, I mean, it'd be good to know that this uses 10,000 gallons a day, 5,000 gallons a day, that kind of thing. And then we could come up with an estimate of what the water would cost us. So,
Sure.
but it sounds like we need to go, that y'all made a convincing argument that we need to have what people are gonna like and not just settle for something.
Well, I think no matter whichever direction, I'm gonna push to have all the nice features. But, you know, what he said, you have a cost to operating that pump, chemicals and stuff like that too, but.
Well, one other question, is there, and I've been thinking about this a lot. Okay, when in the wintertime or in the spring when this is not going, how many kids, is there anything here to play on when it's not spraying water?
So through the summer time and everything's turned off, it's gonna be as you see it. It's not a playground. And so it's not something for the kids to play or be encouraged to.
You'll want it locked up, fenced off, with padlock on it in the winter.
Okay, is there a playground that this time of year, kids are still sliding up down the slide, running on it, that also sprays water? Does that exist in the world? That way it's used year round?
Not that I'm aware of, because you've got fall and impact attenuation questions. So every playground has to have a safety surfacing to prevent a child from a concussion if they fall onto it. If you've got a splash pad, then you're on concrete. So
Safety standards actually say that you're not to play on it when it's wet.
So this is
On
concrete?
Yes.
Concrete.
This is concrete, okay.
I feel like that we, you know, it's only 40 by 50 square essentially, and if we wanted to, and there's still plenty of room there if we wanted to have, it would have to be separate, to have a playground separate beside it or something. This would only be splash pad.
I don't know, I
Splash
feel,
pad time.
me and Mike talked a lot about, you know, adding on to this later. But, you know, I think it's something we could look at, like you wanted other stuff there, you know, like playgrounds and stuff, we get grants.
we've done more than one park where we had a splash pad adjacent to a playground that's fully up to safety codes, but they operate separate.
Because we talked about, we could maybe use some of those other grants that we get, you know, to just nice, you know, park benches and tables, you know, around it, and then try to maybe expand that, you know, just make it, this would be just the first step in a whole thing, if you wanted it to be.
Do we have any idea what the liability insurance would cost annually on, something like that? Did anybody look into that?
And I don't know how it could be a lot different than the other playgrounds where you fall off this or that.
I see where you say your pricing is good for 20 days from now.
It's just, since COVID, everything just kept changing through COVID, and so no one's really we don't know of any increases that are gonna be coming right now. That price has actually still been held for, I think, about a couple months, so we're fine right now.
Usually price changes at the end of the year.
Do y'all have this might sound silly, I'm like wild sometimes. Do you have a way to heat this water where it'll be open longer? If y'all don't have one, I'm giving you business ideas.
I've heard,
I've not heard of that.
I've heard of it.
Have you?
I've never seen it in action, but there's commercial water heaters that you could probably,
Tie into the system.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, you're trying to get our water and our electric bill through.
He wants this all year.
I'm trying to create that Cadillac.
You don't have like a snow shovel option, so if it snows and it's clean it out and stuff like?
We do now.
Is it ice rink compatible?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
We did, I'll bring it up too, just we brought up about the play phases that you'll see in there. That is something that is a really cool feature that you're able to, at some point you could, look at changing up some of the features, where they just detach from it, something different with a similar gallons per minute could be put on in that spot. If you wanted other throughout the county, other splash parks put in, you could keep just switching off at the sites, how you've got them set up. So it always could be something different every year without getting into all the extra cost, just moving around.
We've got two, I don't know as far as how you all communicate with other counties, but Knott County and Leslie County currently, we're actually putting a flow through in Leslie and a recirc in Knott. So if you know either of those judges, you can give them a call and ask about our work.
How long y'all been doing this business?
So we've been around for 32 years, and Bluegrass Recreation was one of the first in Kentucky to be doing splash pads. So it's long history. There's been a lot of changes with the company. We've grown. Different company now where we are representing Waterplay. Been for a number of years, and
Y'all did Mount Washington's too.
Mount Washington, Shepherdsville, the Aquatic Center is our equipment. Also Splash Pad is our equipment in Shepherdsville.
We start that one in one.
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
We go.
Do you all provide maintenance year after year?
So we provide training for you all to have people that would be on site. We have the ability to have somebody if you all need it, but it should be that your guys actually end up trained to where they'd be able to do the maintenance on it.
Just the standard stuff, like if there's an issue, we've got a foreman that's mobile. So that's not a problem. We just did some maintenance. One of the ones that I told you had a splash pad and a playground at the same place. They actually have two of our splash pads in there. It's in Danville. And we did they were having problems with two of the components, and we went and figured out that one of the lines was busted, and we fixed it. So we've got guys that'll come. If it's something that your maintenance staff can't handle, we can handle it.
What about warranty? After you finished, what kind of warranty do you have on it?
So we do, and I did not.
And it's probably in there, but
Well, I'll get you the warranty. There's warranty that's on the equipment, and yeah, it's kind of broken down into each feature as to what the warranty, but yes.
Like a playground, it'll have different length of warranty for different parts of each one of the features.
these are cattail, some of this like Little Tikes equipment.
No,
I mean, that cattail,
it looks like it.
it looks like some of the, I got a catalog from Little Tikes the other day,
Okay,
and I was looking through it, and it had those cattail looking
uh-huh,
things.
well, we're also Little Tikes commercial,
I got you.
Okay.
So,
yeah, but it's not, yeah, they are not connected, but it just happens to be, yeah, the look. So it seems to be popular.
I mean, to add on that, they had, and I didn't bring the book with me, but they had some specials. For 30, 40 grand, you can get what we have at Waterford mimicked, or what we have at Ray Jewell mimicked, if we wanted to add that to another location.
You talking about the playground? for that?
Playground equipment, that much money for all that. That weighs like 20,000 pounds.
That seems cheap.
Well, they got some specials. Some of them are down in the 20s, but you don't get very much. But, I've got that catalog over there, where I saw the cattails, of course.
The main thing, when me and Will approached Jennifer about this, we said, you know, we're surrounded by splash pads in other communities that are close to us, like I said, Lawrenceburg, Mount Washington, and we kind of wanted to go no holds barred on it. We wanted to have the best of the best so we could try to retain our people here. Help you, I don't want people in our community to say, yeah, they built one, but it sucks, I'm still gonna go to Mount Washington. And we wanna just do something kind of like over the top, so we can have something that they can be proud of here, and even invite other people that they know from either J-Town or Mount Washington, hey, come check out our splash park, because it could, be a little bit of a tourism draw too, to kind of get more people here to spend more money in the county at the same time, so we didn't really wanna cheap out on it, at the same time.
When it says site work, site to be within 10 inches subgrade plus or minus 6 inches below fence elevation, is that just to dirt? I assume y'all got rock in your bid.
Now, what was the size of that, just because Jim wasn't here, what was the size of that building that you put together?
I don't know, 20 by 26 or something? I haven't really done.
Sounds right.
I mean, we had discussed the facilities, and they're gonna need a bathroom. We had talked about them walking up and using the pavilion. I don't know that that's the best option
Well,
It's figured up about another 100,000 on our part,
for a building with the restrooms.
everything else that we needed.
I got you.
The grading, the building, and everything, I mean, you have to have.
You know, the electric and the
Fencing.
building.
Yeah.
Now, fencing, that's not something I didn't figure anything on, so.
Is it fence y'all or does?
That's on us. But we never really thought about that.
And there's not you want to fence people out of it, you can't take this down and put it away in the winter.
No, it needs to be a permanent fence.
No, I
You're
want-
talking about the features, so
Take your
if you
features.
wanted to do it with our attachment points, you could take the above grade features down and you could store them, and we could cap, the water connection on it. Some of those things are monster,
Yeah, like it's
it's really
now.
hard to handle, but it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, the fence idea, I mean, more or less when you say that, are you just trying to keep people from being out there vandalizing stuff, or?
And we shouldn't be,
More or
in the middle of the night.
You're not gonna find any codes that mandates that you put a fence around it. That's a recommendation from somebody who's been doing it for a while.
I thought that maybe some of this fell under they've kind of combined some of this with the public pool regulations at the same time, right?
It's still all under rules,
Right, so I mean, I know pools mandate a fence, so like,
okay?
right, so like a toddler that gets away from the country mart next door can't run over and get in there unattended, so I assume we have to have a fence for that reason also.
Well, I think the fence would be like what you said, to keep people out when it's closed.
Yeah,
You know, like,
Well, the best part about that, which don't matter, you're in a pretty wide open in the middle of town place.
we didn't think about it, me and Will didn't think about it, but I still think the fence is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I agree.
Part of what's good with the fencing too is keeping animals out, so having to clean up after dogs, anything else, it's, I think, another reason that you see people put them out.
And I'm just thinking, we built the impound lot for 18,000, but we probably don't want a chain link fence and barbed wire around this thing. Well, then it looks like prison. We want something a little more decorative and,
Hey, now you can have like a 5 foot black.
You bring in like a black, you know, plastic coated chain link.
something that looks good, so. All right, any other questions?
All right, have we, discussed this project with any other companies?
No.
Well,
Are we
so,
going to?
so the thing
We have to
is,
put it out for bid.
we're gonna have to put it out for bid, and then I think we put it back for bid, and then if we get any bids back or anything that looks attractive, then we'll discuss it with them companies at that time, so I think.
And we need to be at apples to apples, something similar.
And she provided, that's what all this
This
is
is
here,
starting point,
so we can put this out as a starting point, so this is what we want.
this size, these features.
Right, so if we got the dimensions and all that stuff, and then that way we can get an apples to apples bid back. And, of course, there is, one thing that there's the water play features, correct me if I'm wrong, that are proprietary to you guys, right?
So they were, and since time, yeah, there is somebody else who's got
Okay.
something similar. Yeah,
But
that was something.
Jennifer, I came across her because she did the one in Mount Washington, and I knew the guys out there, so me and her got together. She's been a wealth of knowledge, but we are gonna have to put it out, you know, for bid and see what happens, and, you know, and I don't know, we might get return bids, we might not, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah, I would hope we get.
But I mainly had her come tonight in case you all had some initial questions and give an initial presentation, initial, you know, pictures of what me and Will kind of put together with her, what we're visioning there, so kick it around.
Any other questions? We appreciate y'all coming on a cold night.
Thank you.
I feel like we've set our mind that we definitely want to see this happen, want to see it through. We've got to get our funding lined up. And I'm not gonna say that'll be a tremendous hurdle, because we have arranged funding for other things that we're doing, and I feel like we're a step, not a step ahead, but we're not behind on it at all. So I don't think that'll hold us back, and we've already got the land, the utilities, so we've got a lot of things lined up. So we're ready when we decide that we're gonna do it, to put out bids, and we hope you all bid. We'll make sure you know, are aware of it.
Just throw this out there, just say, hey, we get this, just argument's sake, if we say, you know, by the end of February, we're signing a contract and say we want to go with you guys, how far out are you all? What's your lead time on a project such as this?
So when I break ground on something that size, we're probably gonna be working for the better part of a month to get it up and running. So that's the back end of it. The question is getting the purchase order and getting everything shipped. Right now, I'm gonna say, because it's canned answer, it's what they've been telling us to say, it's 14 weeks.
Okay.
And that's for the above grade features. The in-ground portion of it, the ground level stuff, they ship way in advance so that I can actually be setting footers and working on the plumbing and getting everything ready to go. And I can actually pour the concrete before the big features get here, so that once they arrive, it's a real quick turnaround.
How far out are you on other projects before this, though? Like, I'm trying to say, like, if we get with you guys, let's say, hey, at the end of February, we want to do it, I mean, we're looking at maybe July?
I think that's it.
Well, on the good news, the project we've got going out there is supposed to be done by the end of August. So if you guys did happen to show up, you won the bid and you showed up in June or July, there's still gonna be work going on, I think we'd be fine. So, you know, sadly, won't be ready next year, or this year until way late, but maybe they'll be
So
open.
you can get some time out of it. Like,
Yeah, maybe get some time late out of it. But, all right. Anything else?
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you
Hey,
guys
thanks
for
for
coming.
coming. Thanks for coming.
All right, now we have communications from citizens. Appreciate Roy, y'all coming up?
I'm gonna come up if you let him sit there.
Yeah, we appreciate, I guess they came from Danville, so we wanted to them not to be so cold
Oh,
going home. And I don't
no problem at all.
know how far you have to go.
Shelbyville, so
Okay.
not too far. I'll make it about 20 minutes without breaking any speed records at all. But my name is Ryan Irvin. I'm part of the Blue Mountain College Cemetery, and it is one of the largest black cemeteries in the county that we've worked for in the last 4 years just to help to maintain. And we're here tonight just to want to plant some seeds and see if the Fiscal Court would mind watering them over in the near future. We're just here to ask for some little help as far as maintaining the cemetery. Didn't know if there was any funding opportunities in the near future that we could either apply for, that the court could even give us just to kind of help with the cemetery. We've asked in the past just for donations from citizens and family members that have loved ones there. But I think the last thing, just we believe without history there is no memory, and without memory there is no future. So I just wanted to make sure that this cemetery continues on and is maintained at a high level, and just ask for, again, for a little help from the county, and we'll go from there. But that's about it.
What type of budget do you need for maintenance on an annual or monthly basis?
Well, we have a few projects that we're wanting to work on, but as far as just maintaining the grass, it's probably about $70, $80, maybe even $90 a month, just kind of help maintain that. We've been having some people locally to help us with keep the grass cut, but again, we had to pay them, so that's basically our budget right now. As we get into some other projects of cutting trees and things of that nature, as you know, that's a little bit more costly, but again, we're just here just to ask and see if there's any, again, funding opportunity that you may set aside just for one of the biggest cemeteries as far as black history that's in the county.
Well, the short and long answer is we have a budget line item. We put $5,000 in. We have done that annually, I guess, maybe every budget we've done. And typically there's a little of that hadn't been used, which some of that was tapped in for the sign and the fence up there.
Yes, sir.
And of course, Ms. Cooper and you guys and all, we've all been out there. Me, not as much as Roy, but I know he's been out there getting
Sweat
cuts
equity.
and sweating and all that. And
Yes.
I did about one afternoon we did together, but nonetheless, there is still some funding in that. And
Okay.
the budget that I present these guys this spring, starting on July 1, will also have a line in there.
Okay.
So if you would write a request to us
We can
of a particular amount of money
Yes.
for a particular reason, and basically what we do, turn it into us, we vote on it, we'll grant it, and then we'll cut a check for the necessary whatever
Okay.
for keeping our cemeteries.
All right, I do appreciate it, and we'll be submitting that budget and the paperwork, necessary paperwork to get that done.
All right,
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
What was your last name?
City Commissioner, Mr. Rory Bell. Ms. Scott reached out to me today, and I talked to Ms. Cooper, and we're trying to get some dialogue of history of our county, and, you know, just like up there around, found some pictures of the veterinarian's office when it was the school up there, and we'd like to put some signs and just like down there at the Stitcher House with Mr. Bud Mike owned it. You know, when we all dead and gone, somebody might want to dig up the archives and see what our county and our city was like. So I'm very excited about working on the preservation of the history of our county. And Ms. Hosbrock told me there was a book over in her office I love to read, and just, you know, there's things that we need to do, and it helps tourism. And say, oh, yeah, this is nice. This is how it was. Now look at this community. working together. So it helps our county. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, Roy. Thanks for all y'all in the city. Appreciate that. Anyone else in the audience, like to address the fiscal court tonight? Any other citizens? All right, I'm gonna jump E, and Julie, let you go next, if you like. Under F, page 35. In our books.
And I'm not sure what order your all are in, my folders are.
Vivacious livings are.
Okay, that's where we'll start then.
Down at the bottom where it says second reading, it has 12/20/26, that should be 1/20/26.
Yeah, I just looking at that.
Yeah.
Mine has 1/20/26, I don't know what happened there, but,
Yeah.
okay, so we have an application of Vivacious Living LLC requesting R1 residential and Ag1 agricultural to R3 residential on tract 1 consisting of 1.278 acres and tract 2 consisting of 3.8841 acres. Commissioner Greenwell made a motion to recommend to rezone the application of Vivacious Living LLC requesting zone change from R1 residential and Ag1 agricultural to R1 residential on tract 1 consisting of 1.278 acres and tract 2 consisting of 3.8841 acres located at 41 Travis Road. The recommended land use map in the comprehensive plan recommends medium density residential and the change will be in compliance with the comprehensive plan. That motion was seconded by Commissioner Hunt. After a roll call vote, the motion carried. And I want to note again, I think I did this at first reading on this, the original application was for R3 zoning, but during the meeting and discussions, he agreed to change that and go to R1 instead. So that's why it's read differently there.
Motion to approve the zoning change based on the facts and findings of the planning and zoning commission.
Second. All right, we have a motion by Will, seconded by Zach, to approve the zoning that was presented based on the facts and findings of planning and zoning. Is there any discussions? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Hey, George, why don't we just approve this, I have a question. So, you know, with the R1 being able to put mobile home on 1 acre coming from the state, that's like in July or something, correct?
Right.
How is that gonna affect, roll into, because like our zoning right now, you can't do that. So, are we gonna have to change zoning stuff?
We are, and that's something the planning commission is starting to work on. I gave them a list of things at the first meeting of January saying, you know, these are the topics we're gonna have to discuss, and that's one of them. Because if they are called qualified manufactured homes that will be put in, House Bill, I think it's 160. So we gotta read and, you know, decide where it's saying qualified, we gotta make sure we get all that stipulated in there. So that won't be just any manufactured home, it's gonna, they have to meet certain qualifications.
Yeah, I seen it said roof pitch, I mean, there was a whole lot of stuff, so when that comes down, obviously, we have to do the minimum that the state requires, but, I mean, we can put our own stuff to that as
We
well.
can be stringent, we can be more
Yeah.
strict. We can't be less strict, we gotta be more.
So I think, you know, once they kind of get that built together, then we'll present it to you guys, because it's a regulation change, you all have to approve it or not.
I mean, basically, the thought is a stick-built home versus a built somewhere else home are the same. One is the same.
That's what they're trying to do with it, with
Yeah.
House Bill 160, but again, it's got qualifications that makes it work. So like he was saying, if it's, you know, like have to have a 512 roof pitch, where most of them have a lower roof pitch, you know, it's just got different qualifications that they will have to meet.
But now, is that also HOAs will try to control it, but they can't deny it as long as they meet the specs of the community?
Well, I would think there's a deed restriction in the subdivision, they would most definitely be able to.
Right, if there's a deed restriction in the neighborhood that already says they can't have manufactured homes, they can't have manufactured homes. Whether it's qualified or not is my understanding.
Yeah, I kinda took that different.
Okay, well,
This is for new developments, basically, right?
Well, just for
No,
all
for
one
any
zone,
development.
residential.
so what they're saying is those will be able to go in any residential zone.
But if it's got HOA, says deed restriction, says no.
It's kind of like what Scott, it seemed to me like they specifically said that HOAs that they couldn't stop it, but the county can,
And HOA probably can't stop it, but if you have a deed restriction, you
yeah, if
probably.
you have a
can
deed
stop it.
restriction,
So
then you
that
probably could, but,
government can't come in and say,
but the
oh,
way the
no.
counties are dealing with it is to, like you said, the roof pitch, you might say the structure has to have so much stone or brick
Right.
and that to, so that you just can't stick one in the middle of a Noble Crossing.
Well, but we probably will need a refresher.
Well, and see, and that's the thing, if Global Crossing, we're using, throwing that one out there, didn't have a restriction that says no manufactured, I couldn't tell them, couldn't put it in there if it met those qualifications.
Is the qualifications from the state out public yet, or no? Like, do y'all have their, every?
Well, I mean, I got House Bill 160, you know, and what it leaves, it kind of, when I read it, it's like if most of those houses are 50% brick, then you gotta make them be 50% brick, you know? So it, to me, it leaves you a little leeway.
Yeah, well, most, you know, all your new developments, it says the front, and like, front has to be brick, or board and batten, or, but I was just curious if, you know, they've sent, all the qualifications are, you know, done at the state level.
Well, as far as I know, from what the state's gonna do, you know, it was passed, so it's,
And when does that go in effect?
it goes back in July 1st.
Okay. Yeah, we
So, like I
probably
said,
need-
that's at the top of the list of everything that I've got in line for the planning commission.
The state will develop their restrictions, but then each county can develop their own zoning ordinances.
Well, this whole thing, they wanted to be zoned R3, and the manufactured home is gonna be put on it, and, you know, now, the person's gonna wait till July, or sell it, but,
This is hearsay, my understanding is there's already a contract on it to be bought, and it's gonna be a house to be built on it.
yeah, I got that same hearsay. But still, yeah, it's gonna come up a lot in the near future, so we need to be prepared come July, that we're not behind the 8 ball.
Exactly.
I agree with you.
You right
So
on
we're
that?
working on that. That's why I say it.
All right.
Okay, next I've got the application of Taylorsville Property LLC and Shields Construction LLC requesting R1 residential to I1 industrial on 2.3 plus or minus acres at 18 Elk Park Drive. Commissioner Osborne made the motion to recommend to rezone the application of Taylorsville Property LLC and Shields Construction LLC, requesting zone change from R1 residential to I1 industrial on 2.3 plus or minus acres located at 18 Elk Park Drive. The recommended land use map in the comprehensive plan recommends mixed use. The change would be in compliance with the comprehensive plan, and there was no one there to speak against it. That motion was seconded by Commissioner Harden. After a roll call vote, motion carried.
I'll make a motion to approve the zone change as recommended based on facts and findings of the planning and zoning commission.
Second.
All right, I have a motion by Jim, seconded by Mike, to approve the, application just read. Approval based on facts and findings of planning and zoning. Is there any discussion? All right, hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Next, I have the application of Michael and Linda Schneider requesting Ag 2 agricultural to R1 residential on tract A consisting of 1.165 acres and a residual tract consisting of 3.938 acres located at 1896 Shelbyville Road. Commissioner Hunt made the motion to recommend to rezone the application of Michael and Linda Schneider requesting zone change from Ag 2 agricultural to R1 residential on tract A consisting of 1.165 acres and a residual tract consisting of 3.938 acres located at 1896 Shelbyville Road. The recommended land use map in the comprehensive plan recommends medium-density residential. The change would be in compliance with the comprehensive plan, and there was no one there to speak against it. Commissioner Harden seconded the motion. After roll call vote, motion carried.
I'll make a motion to approve the zoning change as recommended based on the facts and findings of the planning commission.
Second.
All right, motion by Jim, seconded by Mike, to approve the zoning, that was just read, to be approved based on the facts and findings of the planning commission. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. All right,
That's all I have on that. I will ask a question though, with our vehicle, if I need to have somebody check the brakes on it, does it matter where I take it? Do I take it
just check the
to
brakes.
Arteries, or I take it to, I mean, where do I go? Does it make a difference?
How much we gonna spend?
I just take it over to the easy, I think the easy, we can pay right over to
Tigers or Watsons.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying, does it matter where it goes to?
No,
No, wait, no.
One of our only places we use.
Yeah.
All three of them we use.
Okay,
I mean, I know a lot of, if it was something major, we'd like to get a couple or three, but if it's pretty minor, that'd be fine.
okay.
Just-
Well, we drove it the other day, and honestly, I would have thought there was something with the rotors, because as you're slowing down, you're really getting a lot of,
But
but
if
on
you
it today,
would,
and it didn't do it.
yeah,
So I don't understand what's doing.
let them look at
We're
it.
driving 100 mile an hour running curves, well, it is.
Let them, let them look at it and then, let us know what the estimate is and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
If it's a lot, I may ask to take it, to get another bid. If it's not so much, then we'll probably fix it.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right, thank you. We have, after Julie, we have the sanitation minutes, it's in your book, just for information. I don't know if Corey has anything to add to sanitation, not? Nope. Nope, all right, everything's good. This, on page 44, the animal control vehicle, and then I passed out this sheet on this truck bed. In fact, I wrote truck bed at the bottom, you can see. But the bed, putting a diamond steel plate bed, that was a $39.50, and then they got the labor and shop supplies. Of course, there's, we know there's no tax, but we can, this little deal in here, for $167, they had to take the, unhook the AC and heater that was in that box. So we took it to get it professionally done. So I think they've already done it. But Brian and Daniel and Joe and them can take that box off. So we'll be taking the truck, cabin chassis to get this bed, if that's what y'all want to do.
Okay, so why are we doing this?
Well, right now, we have the animal control truck that they haven't been driving it at all. They got K9 Spencer's vehicle to haul animals in, and then they have their minivan that they use to haul animals in.
The air conditioner in this box hasn't worked supposedly in years, and we can't get it working. That was another factor.
Yeah.
We talked about it maybe right here.
We tried to fixing the air in this box.
the truck pretty much is not being used, we either need to surplus it or find use for it. If we do this, the parks department can use it, EMS can use it, it can be a motor truck to go wherever.
The recycle center can use it.
So it's a 3/4 ton truck, 4-wheel drive truck,
Yeah.
with that kind of money, you're not really gonna buy anything, no truck here.
The sheriff's department could use it.
Yeah.
Robert and them can use, whoever needs it, we can use it. I mean, it's a 4-wheel drive, 3/4 ton Ford truck in good shape, and the dog box on it. we're not using.
We either do this, or we need to surplus it, get rid of it, we're not getting no use out of it for that, so. Basically, we're all down to.
For
Of course, I think
$5,200.
we ought to keep it, because we got some other trucks that could just crap out completely at any moment, and then we'll put this truck in the full service.
Every time I talk about Williams' red truck at recycling, Karen Spencer told me he gets nervous. I think it has 200 or so thousand miles, and we fixed the air conditioning in it last summer when it was hot. He don't want another truck, he likes that truck, and it's still holding up, but one day, it's gonna quit. And we'll need a replacement. Instead of buying another truck, we'll have this one ready to go, I thought.
Well, I'll make a motion to put a bed on it for $5,230.
All right. All right, have a motion by Mike, seconded by Zach, to approve putting the bed on the animal control truck at a cost with US trailer of $5,230. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. All right, next, under new business, we have just potential grants at parks.
Judge, Mr. Romani, don't forget to go back to the communications from the village.
That's correct. Yes, I do. But this is just something, I think Brian Spencer found this somewhere. And, but this is up at the top, that land water conservation. We're already applying for one of those, and I look for us to hear about it in the next little bit. Where we're doing that work on Ray Jewell Park.
So you got splash pads underlined.
Yeah, I think Brian underlined that in the playgrounds. So, but I just wanted to present that to everybody. No action needs to be taken on that, just for your information. Now I need to jump back to page 32. We have a draw from Elder Construction. I believe the draw is $59,572.80. And I believe they're about to wrap up, which I figured they'd be out there working today with the ground being froze. It looks like they're about to wrap up with the dirt hauling. Eyeballing looks like it still needs a little on the lower end. I don't know if y'all looked at it
About 4 foot.
on the other end. But, and then it'll need some more gravel, but, you know, they presented this, and this is not a change order or over and above, it's.
I wanna know, I've stated this a couple times, but you see what you're in right now, and of course you said that they had to order a building package, but when something, because I believe you said before, building should have already been on site, but you're getting pretty deep for not having direct. You're in real deep for, you know, you had $170,000 in line stabilization, I get that, but you're about like 700,000 or something in, and all you got is a half pad that's not done and not rocked.
Well, we
And
have.
I'm not saying it's not, I mean, I hear you say it's been ordered, but I've heard you say it should have already been delivered.
Right,
Whether it's played a factor, but I'm not a huge fan of keep pouring money out. Company goes bankrupt, and it don't matter about that, building you ordered, it goes bye-bye.
well, then we will be quizzing the attorney.
I understand that, but that still won't get us nowhere, so.
I agree with Will. You know, he just keeps coming back and wanting another $50,000, $60,000 every month, you know, when we don't see a whole lot getting done.
It's the same thing.
So, I mean, what do? If we deny this, what's our legal?
Well, I mean, I guess I asked Corey. We agreed on a price, and this is not a change order.
Well, I'm just speaking, and I may be speaking out of turn, because I don't deal with this type of money every day, but I mean, typically when I have over and above pricing, I draw it out, it's annually out into my contract, because I have a percentage of my job completed, the contract draw. I don't,
That's
Well, it should be
what I
done.
talked about before, payment schedule, which we didn't go over. And,
you know, that's how I run what I do on certain jobs that are at a certain scale. And, you know, this here, like I said, it just seems like every month or every 2 months they're coming in there 60,000, 70,000, 80,000.
December,
Every
every
2
other
months.
meeting, or sometimes twice.
And like I said, the pad isn't even complete.
Well, if you look at this,
And I've been watching the progress out there, and there's the last 2 weeks as far as dirt work, there's been more than ample enough time to be out there working. I've been out working.
How much we paid them so far?
It's on there.
I was trying to figure out which number it was.
it's the, 1, 2, 3rd,
We're like 800 something.
$866.
Yeah, 800 something deep. It's after this payment.
well, okay, this payment is for $25,000 for the building package, additional.
So you order your building package and then you get some more later?
We've already paid for the building package.
No, we
What
just
do you-
paid a
what do you
down
see?
payment
What do you see?
in the middle of the second page.
I only got one.
Well, all I'm saying is that
No, it should be 3
It
pages.
says it's metal stud framing, or no,
I'm sorry, I don't have it.
B&B package.
Page 32, 33, and 34.
So they sent them 79,000 already, and then this is supposed to be.
25,000, that's
Page right there.
So that gives the building people 104,000.
I'll just ask for confirmation from this company for these building packages.
Okay, I've talked to him. Yes, he originally said it would be December, and then the last time I talked to him, it was to be like mid-January, which would be right now.
I ain't worried about talking to him, I want confirmation from wherever this package is coming from.
Well, I mean, I'm talking to the contractor. That's what he said.
I'm telling you, that's not good enough for me, in my opinion.
But this draw tonight is 25 for the building package and 35 for more earthwork. And you know, the earthwork is being done.
Well, I mean, it's being done, but here's the thing, it's like he's getting to the point now, as far as I'm concerned, like he's gonna have a bunch of drought on his part of it, especially, he should be getting another drought to us.
If he submits a invoice, that's what I was looking for. If he submits an invoice, before the first of the month, it should be paid 15th of the month. And if he submits it after, anytime after the first of the month, it's within 15 days or as soon as practical for meeting purposes. So it's not spelled out percentage of job completion. It's spelled out as soon as he gets that invoice and submits it timely.
So we were given this one on the 9th, and today is the 20th.
So $125,000 has been architect. SUPD, what is that? Very top of page 33. This is from previous
Yeah, I see it.
application, 21,000, do you know what that is?
SUPT, I don't know, support,
Superintendent?
superintendent, not sure.
I mean, we are what we are, but, I mean, that's just.
I think you gotta pay, I mean, the contractor, next time he sends us a bill, we expect to see some steel sticking out of the ground.
Well, I would just like to see it, for my sake, speaking for me, the agreement of the purchase order of this building package,
From the manufacturer of the package.
at least, would make me feel better.
We're not saying anything bad about him, we're not saying the money's not, we're, it's our due diligence to do a check and double check.
I was wondering if they're different, how they have this broke down, earthwork and import, fill and place.
There's four of us that are sitting here at this table that are doing this business, and it's done this business. Know how it goes.
Generally, you know, if you keep, like you're talking about, like you do draws, and usually you complete this phase and you do a draw, you complete this phase.
Percentage, you get, you know, you can either, you do it however you wanna break it down, you know, if you wanna do the deductible up front, the whole money to help pay for material up front or whatever, it's fine, but there's a percentage, you know, 10%, 25% of the job, you get a draw, or 25% you get a draw, however you wanna break it down.
Whichever one of y'all's mathematicians, 866,000 is how many percentage of 2.6 million?
40%, a third,
Yeah.
33%.
Close to a third.
30.
I don't think you're a third of the way done, in my
Oh.
opinion.
33.307%.
Dang, Jim,
That's all I'm getting.
you all over that, wasn't you?
But like Corey, but what really matters is what Corey read. We have how many days when we get an invoice to try to make the payment?
15, or if state or local law requires otherwise, as soon as practical thereafter. Judging, or looking at pages 33 and 34, kind of the breakdown, grand total percentage completion, 35.36%, so that'd be about a third of the contract price paid for 35% of the work.
Yeah, he's got it as 35.36% of the work is complete. Now, you all know that there's behind the scenes work other than just out there.
Well, that's all I was asking, just confirmation of that.
I don't disagree with that, I'm just,
Yeah.
they're just,
You know, right here, we've got 65,000 spent on storm sewer. You know, they've got underground pipe out there that was put in. The line stabilization was part of this, so them two together right there is over 200,000. Is there $50,000 worth of rock out there yet? I mean, there's a bunch of rock out there.
Don't take you long to do that nowadays.
That's exactly right. And I know for a fact, you know, the architect is basically 100% paid, and that is a big expense with any project you do is the architectural engineering work. You got the building package, submittals and administrative, project management, geotech, that was part of it. Earthwork, erosion control, mobilization. Those three are 100% done, so,
It'd be my suggestion that we go ahead and pay it, but yet put him on notice.
I can do that.
Say, hey, we're scrutinizing this, the court is, and we barely got you through this one. So you better make sure you
I can do that.
dot your i's, cross your t's.
All right.
Well, you first start showing some progress before you send them out.
Yep.
Motion
Well, y'all remember, we didn't have one last time. Remember?
We had one
We did
before.
go a meeting without getting.
I mean, we're getting one a month, if not more.
I'm
Most
fine
of
with getting them, not getting them when they are, I'd just like to see if he could easily show you the confirmation, and send you an email confirmation from that company that.
I've
It's been paid.
sat in places before where I took jobs or been on jobs and Tom Carter was on the job and they were getting paid for material and getting paid for behind the scenes work. And when time comes, there's no material paid for, there's no behind the scenes work done, and there's nothing done, that money is gone.
That happens more than you think.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that's what happened here at all, that's not what we're saying. It's just this-
I'm gonna make a motion to do our deal.
One good thing that he is bonded, if he does go under, it'll take a while to get it done, but.
Yeah.
So, all right, we have a motion by Mike,
There you go.
who's second?
I'll second. Nobody
Okay.
else did.
Did you make a motion, Mike? You did, didn't you?
I've tried to, about 4 times. Yeah.
Okay, you moved to pay the bill, pay
Pay the
this bill, and Zach seconds it. All right, motion by Mike, seconded by Zach, to pay Elder Construction, the next draw of $59,572.80. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
The Keiko money ever come in, didn't we vote to go on and have them send that?
I reached out to them, we were gonna be sent they were gonna tell us how to make the draw. And then we got entangled in last week with different things and I don't remember seeing it. Karen may have it, so, but yes, that, and I told them that our plan was to make one draw and draw it off. So, all right, I got under number 2, and we're out there, on the request for America 250 monies. Karen and I looked at the, budget and things. We have 10,000 already in the budget for this, for the, bicentennial celebration or something. So, we already have a budget line for this, so I was not at this time gonna make a request on it, but I wanna tell you what we got going on. You all know the 4th of July is on a Saturday night this summer. And America is 250 years old on the 4th of July this summer. So anybody that makes a living shooting fireworks, if he ain't working that night, he needs to quit. Do something else. So people setting off good fireworks shows is gonna be in short supply. So I talked to our fire chief and the mayor of Taylorsville about, let's get somebody lined up, because they seem that they know some folks to line up. Well, we have a guy lined up, and he has a fireworks show, 30-minute show, and I believe Karen said a 10-minute finale. And the fireworks they're in Toledo, Ohio, and they're $2,700. So I told her, line it up. Well, that's 40-some% discount if you buy them early. Now, they're still in Toledo, and we'll see I don't know what the shipping is, but she was supposed to look at the shipping.
Are we supposed to set them on
Oh,
the
so
shelf?
that's
No.
fireworks? that's
Just
not-
fireworks.
We're buying the fireworks and we're gonna hire somebody to do it.
Yes.
Do what you're saying?
Yes, but right now, I told Karen, go ahead and get the fireworks going, because we have a budget line, and it's under the $3,000. So we want to get them lined up.
We should,
I ain't seen anybody in the
Probably
one days
should.
for professional fireworks shooter. I don't know where you found that.
video on his shows, previous shows, because that's,
Okay, all
I mean,
right.
I love Chief.
I want
It's
some
awesome.
guy
No,
that
no,
waves at you, looks like
I
this,
spend-
you know what I'm
I
saying?
spend upwards of $1,500 to $2,000 to do my little dinky thing.
Okay, I'm with you, but this, and I wish I had more details. Roy, we need to get the mayor to come here and give me these details. But she had a list of the show, And I mean, there are devices that has 60 or 80 in each one.
Oh, yeah.
They're big jokers.
Yeah.
Now, she told me shows that he has done that I have heard of that we have had in Spencer County, big shows. You know, when I was a kid, Puckett's put on a show up at their farm. And the whole world went up there and saw the Puckett's.
Does this same guy got like a representative that he could send down to do the show?
Well, here's what that they need. They gotta buy so many feet of fuses. They need so many sheets of plywood. And here's another issue why I involved the mayor, is since we're in the city, my plan is, well, I bet Robert's been in on this, son. What America 250 is planning to do is have an event that night similar to what we had at the county's bicentennial. We want to have music shows, we want to have food trucks, we want to have a parade. I want to do a hot dog eating contest again, and I'll pay for it out of my own pocket. I don't mind, because I thought that was hilarious. That's the most entertainment that I've seen in a while. And have a fireworks show where folks can be in Taylorsville to see the fireworks. We don't want them to have to go to the fairgrounds or go over to the school. So, but you can't shoot them in the city limits. But,
Roy, got fixed that.
yeah, well,
And you know
So-
somebody over there?
we're, thinking about other places to shoot them. I talked to a landowner over here on the West River Road, over here at the old water plant. I think it's out of the city limits. There are places we can shoot them from. That's why I got the fire chief involved, the place he'll accept that follows the rules. So, but the idea is, of his place, that, I thought about Ronnie Mason's, but David would work with too, up high. But the idea is that everybody's sitting around here eating their food, having fun, whatever. Yeah, having a good old time, and at dark, we have a fireworks show, and,
Have the cities suspend the rules for one day?
we'll work on something.
I think the boy's already on board.
That's the plan.
Hill, on School Hill.
Catherine, did I miss any? Did I kind of cover the high spots on all that?
I mean, for the outdoor things, absolutely. We're gonna have some historical walking tours though also. And inside the chamber building, we'll have, some displays from the Fraser Museum and, I think from the Kentucky Historical Society. We might even have the Kentucky, the original Kentucky Constitution for people to take a look at.
On display?
And we'll have old-timey skills being shown, and there'll be a whole children's area where they can bounce and things like that also. And a little petting zoo. It's gonna
Yeah.
be crazy. It's gonna
If
be
y'all
great.
remember the county's bicentennial thing, we had a lot of those same things, but, we're not trying to take over the homecoming, we're not trying to do Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, but our level of what we can do. But we already have some money in the budget, and if it gets bigger than that, then we'll come talk to you, but I don't need to make a request because we have that, in that budget already. So, but I wanted to tell you where we were on the fireworks. And if you have any big questions, corner the mayor. She will tell you. I'll try to tell you, but she'll tell you.
I want to find out where's the vibration where I can get my check to.
Get you
They up at Toledo, Ohio, is apparently where, and she had it on a yellow ledger, like 2 or 3 pages full of everything he's gonna like. It wasn't one bottle rocket.
We're gonna get all rockets and Roman candles.
Yeah, it wasn't that, no, it had them big old fancy names.
Be like Joe Dirty.
Yeah, there you go. You ain't got none of them left-handed, both, no, it wasn't nothing like that. All right. Okay, so that's all that I need on that. We did the truck bed. Okay. Robert or Andrew, do y'all have anything you need to discuss with us?
I do.
Okay, go ahead, Andrew.
Nothing crazy, the tasers, we have all those, the tasers, I guess the county purchased, and we have all the tasers that were donated that we no longer have use for. I discussed with you all a couple months back, as far as getting them surplus, there is a company, it's called Accredited Security, Simpsonville use them. They deal in pre-owned tasers. So
So I'd like to look at getting all of our old tasers, all that equipment shipped to them to get some money back towards other law enforcement equipment or tasers or what have you. They told us we could get anywhere from $8,000 to $12,000 possibly for all of our old used equipment. And I think it's kind of a sensitive item that I don't think you'd really want to put in the paper. I'm not sure what the legalities are as far as that, if it's something that has to go in the paper, but I know from my experience, like in Shelby County, if we like surplus handguns, Keesler's would, buy those back or give the opportunity for deputies to purchase them back. I don't think we normally would put in the newspaper that we're.
Well, this morning, Andrew and Chris and I had a discussion about these tasers. And Corey, I didn't know how to answer it right away, so I let him come talk to you for the legal answers. And then we did some even more thinking about it, and I asked them to call some of the other sheriffs and people that they know. And since it is, for the procurement and surplus, we would put ads in the paper. But since these are like weapons, is it okay where they have a buyer that's their business, that we just do that, or how do we do it
I'll have to look and see. And
Okay.
Check with
It's just a precedent that we have to get done tonight, and it's gonna be a little bit of a process.
Yeah, Chris, I think like 14 weeks.
Yeah, it takes about 14 weeks before we know exactly what we're getting, but they said it could be anywhere between that range possibly, so.
Yeah.
Do we legally have to advertise surplus in the vehicle or something like that?
We do a vehicle, yeah, but these are tasers.
Right, I'm saying, it's not just surplus and not say anything about it. Gotcha.
But I think Sheriff Moore advised you from Shelby County that
And then Simpsonville Police Chief, they went through the same company, that's what they did too. With
Fitz
cities
Court-
might be different than counties as
Okay.
far as that, but they went through this.
The
this
city
company
council
here.
voted to just trade with this company. But if we don't have to do it tonight, Corey can
We have to
research.
have, it's nothing for.
All right, but we have all these
For it
tasers
all.
that we might get some funding for that we're not going to use because we have new tasers.
Mm.
So, but we'll figure out the process and come back to everybody. Everybody's good with that? Yep. All right.
And the second thing I had, I'm not sure if y'all are aware or if you've seen the news and stuff, as far as Senate Bill 7, as far as the driver's licensing. That piqued a lot of interest in me. And it sounds pretty strong at passing. And I would be willing to take that challenge on if that's something I would like to see back in the county as far as driver's licensing. The sheriff's office picking that up. So I just wanted to bring that up. And,
Didn't they say that they could either go to the sheriff's department or the county clerk's?
yeah, they could go to our judge's office, they could go anywhere.
Can take it over.
Yeah, go about anywhere.
I would have interest in it, I think we could make that work.
We'll put it over to Simon Center.
Well, Andrew and I were in agreement that we think our citizens would really like, they would probably really like the driver's part to also be here instead of going to Mayfield or wherever.
For sure.
But at least this will be where our residents can come and see us, and I think pay $25, and the state is going to provide all the equipment. We would just need the person, manpower, and a office to accommodate the equipment.
And there's two other House bills, I know it's 62, and there's another one. 162, I think it's going back to the clerks, but from what I'm hearing, talking to Tiffany now, I think the circuit clerks don't have really interest in taking it back. And the other House bill, I think, is the same as the Senate bill, where the county can choose whether they want to, the county or the city can choose whether they want to do it or not, so, if they don't have a regional office, so.
Is the real ID included in that, or is that?
No, it's not real ID, it's just gonna be
It's
renewals,
only,
renewals, duplicates, stuff like that, so. Real ID, you just have to go to the regional office.
And
Driver's
even-
testing, you just have to go to the regional office.
So if you were renewing a real ID, you still won't be able to do that here?
You might be able to do a renewal on a real ID, maybe. I'm not certain, but.
And once they take the step and see that it works, they'll probably add more and more to it. But even if any of these pass, it doesn't take effect till July 27th.
If it passes, it would go into effect July 2027.
So it's a way down the road.
It's a way down the road, but I guess we'll have to plan here for a long
And
far as space and
If it's gonna happen.
all that kind of stuff, there'll have to be some planning involved. So, I just wanted to bring it up.
But we kind of, we were in agreement,
Yeah.
and we were in agreement that it served our citizens to allow, and we want to welcome it, and we hope that you all would agree that we should welcome it all we can. Before I forget, this new equipment is here, and it's supposed to be going at our next meeting.
At our next meeting, it's gotta take,
I'll get Julie, ask a question first, to explain something before we move on.
Oh,
So she can leave.
Okay, well, is that it, Andy?
That's it.
Okay, are we kind of in agreement that we want to,
Yeah.
if that
Yes.
comes along, we want to bring it home?
Yes.
appreciate the sheriff's department taking that on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, they do get extra $25 everybody.
Well, I mean, you know, if a fourth of the licenses have to be renewed, you know, that's 5,000. And it's 25 apiece, that's what, 125,000? I mean, that would come to the fees.
Employee and the insurance.
Yeah, well,
But it's,
The good wash, but
it'd be a good service.
Yeah, it's definitely.
All right, Tim, floor's yours. And then we have two more things and we'll adjourn.
Yeah, well, Julie, so Julie can go home. On the litter abatement money, from the state that we're getting, Julie, you wanna describe what we talked about?
The challenges now.
I got a letter from
Go ahead.
the guy that runs the Adopt a Highway program in the state. They have suspended that several months ago because a construction worker was killed in a construction zone, and they didn't have any regulations for the people that picking up the garbage in a construction zone, so they just suspended it until they get the rules laid out again. He said it may be end of this year or maybe more. So we're not gonna have that program going on, which is a lot, especially when we think about it. And so we're gonna have to come up with something different, and then also
Right.
be,
Well, in the guidelines for the litter abatement, where the, different groups can sign up, nonprofits to do the litter along the roads, there's a clause in here that says the group must be located in the county where the litter cleanup is conducted. So I put an email into our contact person in Frankfurt, and she's gonna get back with me. Because one of our biggest things now is we've got a lot of our kids are on these travel ball teams. And so now, little Joe over here may be living in Spencer County, he's gonna pick up in Spencer County, but his travel team may run their funding through J-Town or through Indiana, however it may be, but, so that's one of our biggest questions right now. I also did ask about the young lady that does the Sunkist Kentucky, that goes out canoes and cleans the waterways and such. She was doing some of the roads as well, but she did ask if she could do the ones that were along the creeks, so she could still do the waterways, and it's been my understanding that we're not supposed to let her do that. It's not the right kind of outfit for us to be paying with this funding to do that.
Now, she can do the roads, but not the waterways or nothing.
Well, the answer I got back was that the way she is set up for whatever she gets from the state, she's not supposed to be receiving this money. So I said, we may have made a mistake, and she's already done some, but that's water under the bridge.
Is she a Spencer County resident?
She is not.
Okay.
She is not. So it's getting challenging finding people that will do this. As far as a lot of our groups, the school system put out there, it can only be parents. They don't want the students to do it anymore, so we don't have a lot of our church youth groups participating. A lot of it is ball teams and things like that, but it's getting.
It's just ridiculous. It's hard enough to get big pickup trucks anyway, now just,
Right, making it tougher.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I'm still waiting for her to get an answer back on the kids that play on the travel teams. But, I'm like, but if they live here, they go to school here, I can't help it, but now they're on travel team at
Is this something we
or
can
somewhere else.
turn James Allen's ear back?
Yes, yeah, we need to do it right now, because they're in session right now.
I have a question for you, because somebody told me that if you adopt a section of the highway, then you can't get paid for cleaning that section.
Right, and that's what Jim was talking about. That's the part of that they've done, but now they have kind of suspended that for now. because of someone getting hurt.
Yeah.
And it's a
Adopt a highway.
liability issue.
You know, it's not paid to adopt a highway, it's
Yeah.
free, they pick it up for nothing, so.
Yeah.
But I would go back to what we talked about last year at this time, because, you know, you see the trash now, because the grass is, you know, there's low and everything, and it's terrible everywhere in the county. Last year, we tried to hire a couple people part-time, 3 days a week, paying them X amount of dollars. We can pay those people to do that and use our grant money, as long as we don't pay over what the state says, $100 a mile or whatever. We can pay over, but we have to pick up the difference. So we're sending money back every year anyway, so if we have to pick up a little difference, because $100 a mile, pick it up on 155, I'm telling you, two people can't do it for $15 an hour, because that's what it boils down to. And maybe some of the smaller county, state roads they could, but not this one. So, you know, I just suggest we look into hiring a couple of part-time people specifically for that, so if we can maybe get something going on this year.
And I mean, I told Jim, I mean, we can try to hire again, if you wanna put it into a motion that we advertise on,
Well, what do y'all think?
to hire a couple people.
I figure so if you take two people at $20 an hour, that's $40, how long does it take to pick up a mile of trash?
Well, like I say, they'd have to keep records, you know, they'd coordinate it with Karen Spencer about, you know, how many miles they picked up, and that's how many miles the state will pay, and if it's over what they got, we would have
Well,
to.
I'm okay with even supplement, but some if we have to, because even if you supplement,
we're
it
gonna
costs you
have to.
$15 an hour.
With all this going on, you know, there's not gonna be anybody there to dig it up.
You know, like Harsty Ridge, there'd be a lot of walking, you'd probably do pretty good on it, but out here on the new road, the ditches is wide. You know,
Well,
right of ways wide, there's a bunch
Well, it
to pick
depends on
up.
how many front yards you got too.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of it, if you get in a section that's got a lot of good front yards, where people are picking it up before they mow
Yeah, you just
themselves,
truck
the
on.
homeowners, it's not so bad. I mean, I have been known to do that in my family, was four of us. We'd pick up, you know, about 8 miles all day on a Saturday, it'd take 4 of us to do it. And, you know, we kind of leapfrog it, drop 2 people, go up and drop, you know, set your vehicle, and the other 2 go so far, then the next one would grab the vehicle and keep, you know, and that's what we would do, is kind of leapfrog it along. But it, depending on your road, yeah.
You know, I've been picking up trash along 55 in Elk Creek the last few weeks. But people will ask me, especially re-election, say, you can't get somebody to do that, you have to do it yourself, you know? So that's pretty much, yeah, pretty much, you know, and probably doesn't look good, but,
Well, no, I'm happy you're doing it, Jim.
you know,
Nice
somebody's
of
got to
you
do
to
it.
volunteer. But,
I'm getting paid for it.
Crazy this program that if you adopt a section.
No, but anyway, I just let the board think.
Incentive for adopting it, then.
Yeah, there's no incentive for adopting a section of highway if you're not gonna get
It's the,
paid for it. It's just, you get a little
Civic-
sign up there saying
civic
that you
pride,
adopted
yeah.
it.
yeah,
the advertisement.
Yeah, but still, I mean, they can still adopt a section, I would say, but then a lot of these, you know, churches or that, there's one, down here by the city that's adopted by, that, family that,
It's in memory of someone.
yeah.
so you should still pay them for cleaning it, I mean, it's.
Well, they don't though, that's the
I know
state.
they don't.
There's nothing you
Well-
can do about it.
So if y'all want to, try to advertise again, and, probably we'll put an ad on Facebook, and, maybe do it on Indeed or something. If y'all wanna run an ad for 2 people, probably, we used to do it at 15. I think, you know, our starting pay for about anything now is 18.
I'd go 20.
I don't wanna pay somebody more than we're paying somebody else.
Yeah, we're paying.
So, I mean,
My girls in the office want to quit and go pick up garbage.
Do that on their off time.
but, well, I'll make a motion, we advertise for 2 people to pick up garbage part-time in Spencer County for 18 an hour.
Second.
All right, have a motion on the floor, with a second to, advertise, to, try to, hire, 2 people at 18 an hour part-time to pick up garbage. Any other discussions?
I'm just saying, I'm just throw it out there, I mean, you know, you pay $20 an hour, the reason why you pay $20 is because nobody wants to pick up trash. And it's,
Well, I
and the reason why
think
the
we've
people
advertised
in her office would leave, to go pick up trash, because they don't want to pick up trash, they like working in the office.
We've advertised this 3 times and I don't think ever hired anybody.
Well, we advertised at 15 an hour, and I think we had ads in the newspaper. I don't think we were on Facebook or on Indeed. So, but we'll see what this gets us, and if we have applications, then we'll come to you with our applications if this passes. And then we'll go from there. Is that good, Jim?
Sounds good to me.
All right, so any other discussion on the motion? All right, hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. All right, next to the,
I got one question for Julie. So,
Okay.
right now,
Sorry, my
they're
car rushed
blanketing Jefferson County doing the trash pickup because it's easy to pick it up. So those companies that they hire, it looks like, you know, they're almost 100% Hispanic people that they have hired, but those people that they have hired, are they able to draw money out of that fund to pay them? Or is that coming out of a?
They might just have a budget line item for that.
Yeah, I can't answer that, I'm not real sure.
I would say they're
I
probably
mean,
the
they
same
are
boat
probably
we are. If
running
they,
it the same way, I don't know.
if they get so much money from the state, they can only pay so much a mile, but usually it's Schwartz that has the company that, a subsidiary of them or their company that goes on and picks the trash up before they mow. You know, we can do that with the state, you know, get with Keith King, say, hey, who would recommend to come pick all the trash up before you mow, and we'll pay whatever we pay, and we can make up the difference.
We had mowers on Plum Ridge Road last year. They mowed the Saturday after the lady picked up, and they ran over their bags. And she went back and picked it all back up again.
ran over their bags sitting there.
Yep.
She brought me the pictures. So, yeah.
All right, okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right.
We will, okay.
You sure you're?
Next to the last, Catherine Scott, and I didn't do this purposefully, wait until the end, but I wanted to give a report, and if you'd like to come to the microphone and give a report about last Wednesday.
Oh.
And I guess it'll kind of be you and I together, but Catherine and I and several from the community went, and if you all remember us doing resolutions with the city about the Stidger House and Main Street, about the small business incubation program. And then if you all remember us talking about development of the old ball field in town a year ago. And also, we have discussed the expanding the Spencer County Sanitation District. Well, we all went with a unified message. And Catherine was representing tourism and also representing the Stidger Cabin, and also representing helping with Main Street, and also helping with economic development as we went. Vicki H. Glisson set up several meetings. We spoke to 5 or 6 of our state reps, Representative Tipton, of course, and his colleagues, and the Speaker of the House, Representative Osborne, and Representative Meade, Representative Suzanne Miles of Davies County, and Representative, what was the one fellow's name? I think it starts with an R.
I remember
Yeah.
Meade,
well,
Osborne,
Was it Ray?
Reed?
No.
maybe
I'm sorry.
Meade?
No, Meade was one guy, and then the second guy we met at, or the guy we met after Senator Higgins. But nonetheless, these are all guys.
Bray, Senator, Representative Bray.
Great, okay, yeah. So, I hope I didn't miss anyone, but we had appointments with them, the group met with them. And we all unified, had all these projects that we pitched to them. And then in the afternoon, we met with the tourism department. I know that's not what it's called, but
The tourism cabinet.
tourism cabinet and economic development cabinet.
Yep.
And
And more folks from Arts and Heritage, which
Yeah.
was the Historical Society and the Heritage Council.
yes, I knew that's why I needed you to help me remember
No
that.
problem.
It was a busy day, and we had a well of a day. We were accepted very well. We were congratulated on coming with a unified voice. Commissioner Bale, the mayor, went, and we talked with a unified voice that the city and the county is working together trying to get things done. We're here with the Chamber and Main Street and Tourism, Historical Society. We're all here speaking at one voice, and a lot of them said this never happens. So we were very happy with all that, but we will see what dividends, if any, all that pays. I really am confident that something will get funded in the budget. Do you share that feeling?
I share that hopefulness, absolutely. Now, of course, they couldn't promise us anything, but I believe that their response was genuine, that they were surprised that we were so organized. I got a wonderful email from Economic Development saying that we really had our stuff together, we represented well. They were delighted to see the kind of progress we're looking for here. I would like on a side note also to say that Scott and Karen really, I think, represented us all beautifully. They spoke from the heart and showed themselves to be a good team, and I think that they made us all look real good because of that. It was really wonderful. We were very well received by people at this very high level of state government, and they took us seriously because we're taking ourselves seriously.
And even proof to add to that, this Thursday, granted hopefully the weather will hold out, but the tourism director, is that
It's Arts and Heritage. It's the Heritage Council and the Historical Society. They're going to come down.
they are going to come down and do a tour of the town and Spencer County, local areas, going to spend the day with the group. So
They were, I think, very impacted by what we had to say and wanted to come down immediately, which is really wonderful news for us.
yeah, and the Stidger House, of course, being the historical folks, the Stidger House was, and they're going to educate us on other forms of funding that could be available. They mentioned several, and I mean, you know, all of them are leads that you need to follow up on, and hopefully one of them will pay dividends. But nonetheless, I just wanted her to assist when I talked about how successful our meeting was, and it's already paying dividends because they're coming and seeing us. They wanted to come right away. You know, everybody gets busy, and during the winter time, maybe not as much, but y'all may get cold Thursday walking around
We may.
town.
We're tough. It's all
But
right.
nonetheless, does anyone have any questions for either of us about our visit and what we have?
Is anybody invited to that?
Well, it's, Catherine,
Yeah,
maybe,
we'd love to have you. Yeah, it'll be, I'll send you an email about it, but at 10 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, go ahead and meet over at the chamber at my office, and we'll have some coffee and pastries to welcome them, and then we'll take a walking tour, and then meet back for lunch. It'll take about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours.
and I'm sure if it's super cold, they'll probably carpool and ride around together. I'm sure you'll accommodate if
We'll
need
we'll
be.
figure something out.
So,
If I have to bust out my minivan again, I will.
but 10 o'clock Thursday at the
Yes.
chamber.
Yes.
If any of you guys want to go, so. All right, Catherine, anything else to add to that?
I think that the Cabinet of Economic Development would really like to have had more time with us. I got a very extensive email from them with a lot of ideas, so that is something I think we should meet about.
And Roy, one of the messages that I got in their heads was that in the past, when folks come to Spencer County and they need water and sewer and they need this and they need that, a lot of times the answer has been, well, don't know if we can do it. I said, the answer now is gonna be, yes, we're gonna try to make it happen. And Karen and I, you had that message unified. We even staged where we sat. And if the host was Dan, I had Karen between me and Dan so that Karen could, you know, easily get heard. And when you get her going, she'll talk, and she's a good talker. But anyhow, it was a very good day. And but we said things are different now. The Taylorsville, Spencer County that once come up here, that ain't who's coming up here now. We up here trying to do stuff together, and then we'll get where we need to be that way. So, okay. All right, anything else you'd like to add to us tonight?
No, but I mean, I would, any of you who would like to come on Thursday, we would love to have you. I would just like to know, maybe tomorrow if you could let me know so I can make sure there's enough coffee, pastries, etc. That'd be wonderful.
right.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Catherine. On page 46, the tourism folks, a couple came and visited with me this past week. They brought this proposal along, and that's what I have in the book. You know, right now, we don't have a economic development person on a salary or on a payment of any sort. The tourism is all paid by the transit room tax, and the tourism and Ms. Scott, they are doing the economic development work for us. So they came to me and they said, we'd like you all to consider possibly making a contribution to tourism to help pay some of the economic development work that they are doing. There's 3 options on page 46 that they proposed that we could give to contribute to that. You see it there in the middle, the option A, B, and C. If we would like to consider that tonight, or if you all would like to think about it and bring it up at another meeting, we can do that. What's the favor of the group?
My question was, and Catherine may be the one to answer this, but this one, whether we pay towards this one, go towards our salary above and beyond the 51.5 a year, I guess, is how it's gonna work.
Yeah, you can speak.
Yes, it is. So it's an addition to, because in her hiring process.
You're fine. Go right ahead.
Sorry. In the hiring process, all the things that we have for tourism was not factoring all the additional economic development things that she has taken on, and has been working really well on.
And we had a lengthy discussion about where they are in their office. And, you know, we paid part of the rent. And I think the city did pay the other half, is that right? For a year, is that correct? We did 6 months, and then,
And then they would pay 6 months also. I sent the invoice, but I don't know if you received the check or not, so.
okay, well, I'll check
But that
on
was the
that.
intention, and I did bill them, so.
Okay, all right, we'll check on that, but regardless, we had some discussion about where, I mean, I really hope that when we get our new facility built, that we may have a place for them. We're gonna still work on that, as far as what that looks like when it gets done. If they get the Stidger house done, that would be a good office for something, not necessarily an office, but a good, place to call home, I guess, potentially. A meeting place, at least a place to visit. But nonetheless, another thing for all of us to consider, when the courthouse expansion comes, extra space could be at a premium everywhere. Because I'm not sure how much it's going to change everything going on at the courthouse. We know it's going to change everything going on at the courthouse. You know, I'm not sure what my office plan is in this construction. They didn't bring it up, but we'll find out as we get a little further down the road on that. But nonetheless, we are getting benefit from tourism for economic development, which is why I wanted you guys to consider this, consider a potential option here that they had asked us.
Well, I'm gonna make a motion just for discussion's sake, to get a little bit more serious about it, but I'll make a motion that we go with option C. $12,875 a year.
There's, 2 option Cs. One's
I'd say
$30 an hour.
The 12,875 a year,
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Zach, seconded by Jim, to go with option C, which is $12,875 a year, contributed for our benefit for economic development through tourism. All right, any other discussion?
I'll just say that she's already done the work, we're gonna be paying her. And I mean, my opinion, it's pretty cheap for economic development, $12,000 a year.
How are these hours tracked? Because Catherine's doing tourism, obviously right now, and this says, like option C says cap 10 hours a week, so what is that gonna look like? I mean, you're gonna try to keep up with that minute for minute, or? I mean, 'cause it says cap 10 hours, so I assume Austin City is just giving y'all a check for $12,875, and y'all will figure that out, or like these options that are hourly, how are you planning on tracking that?
Well, if it was through, if you chose the hourly option, then we would track it with a timesheet.
Yeah,
Right now, I'm keeping track loosely because I'm doing it outside of my regular work hours.
yeah.
So I don't wanna get too depressed about it, I wanna keep having fun with it, so.
Well, so with these extra 10 hours a week, I mean, is that, I know obviously you want this, but is that gonna take a hit on your tourism, what you're doing for tourism?
No, I mean, it's already something I'm doing in addition to my full-time work for tourism.
You've already done it now anyway.
We're just paying her for it.
Mhm.
They paid her for it.
That's a bargain for the county.
It sure is, it sure is.
Thank you for your time, Catherine.
What about the city paying half of that?
Well, I
That's an
mean,
option.
I understand that. The city has not been asking for or utilizing any assistance with economic development.
So they have,
Now, that doesn't mean that we can't go to the city and say, we see value and we agree to participate at this amount, would you all help us?
Oh,
We can go to the city and
I
ask
think
that.
we ought to absolutely do that.
There's no issue with that.
It just goes to be noted now for paying us a set amount yearly for her to be doing our economic development and stuff. And I wouldn't want her to be putting time towards the city unless they want to contribute to paying some of the bill too.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I hope they'd want to jump on board and then she could work equally for both, you know, promote both at the same time.
We used to have an economic development director, obviously. Is there still anything in a line item, economic development line?
I know that there is, and I thought about that on the way over here, but I don't have that sheet with me. I know it's over there on the desk, so, but we do have, I'll have to look, but, even if we didn't have a line item, it's in the general fund. I mean, we can come up with this.
I just, my opinion, I like how it is, just we just write them a check once a year. I think it's cleaner for us, and it's easier for her. Or for our land.
But I really think that we're on a roll with lots of things we're doing, and she is making a positive contribution, for our economic development, and it has value, and, it ain't no fun working for nothing, as we all know. So, all right, we have a motion with a second on the floor to go with option C of $12,875 a year. Is there any other discussion before we vote?
When will this take effect?
If we approve it, we'll cut them a check and go from there. So it'd be right, when we cut you the check, for a year from that date, suit you?
That would be fine.
Okay.
Mhm.
And
Do
then
you
we,
want, would y'all want this set up where you just pay him first of the year every year?
That would be fine, or,
yeah, let's do it on a 1 year, year to year. Y'all are good.
yeah, I like that idea.
So,
I think on that, we could be flexible. The idea is just creating a conversation about how this is really handled and managed and what everybody's expectations are, so nobody can have their feelings hurt over it not turning out how we expected. We just want everything out there and right.
So your annual salary now is,
$51,500.
why can't we just add that 12,875 to 51 and make your salary 64?
Well, we don't pay her salary.
we'll be making a donation to tourism in the name of economic development.
Okay.
If that suits everybody. That's the easiest way to do it.
We can't just up her salary?
No, I mean, she's not an employee of ours.
Right, I'm not a county employee.
We're basically paying her to do economic development work for us on our behalf.
Would be like
Now,
a contracting basis, basically.
Zach made me think of something. I will see what our acting treasurer advises. We may have to do like this budget year only, a portion, and another budget year, make another. We may have to divide this by two.
Mhm.
She may suggest that we make a monthly check I'm not sure what she will suggest.
Mhm.
But, you know, the option C is to do this per year, and then, we'll divide it up if, ever how she, I'm pretty sure we'll probably have to divide the budget years
Sure,
for a fact. So we could do a 6-month and then another 6 months.
sure. I would ask when you're thinking about that, that I have been doing this since October, just so you know, but we didn't have an agreement then.
Yeah. Well, we thank you for your contribution.
Absolutely, I mean,
but
it's
that's-
worth it, what's good for
I'm
the
sorry.
county is good for tourism.
That was
But-
nice what I just said.
I understand though, I mean, I have my own things I could say, like, if I'm gonna volunteer, I would volunteer for my church probably, but I love this county and I love working here.
Yeah, that's good. So, all right, we have this motion on the floor. Any other discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. We're good to go. Thank you very much. We'll talk to the treasurer tomorrow. We'll figure out how to divide that up.
That's wonderful. I would love to know what the other responses would be, aside from just the money, just, what kind of participation would I have,
Absolutely.
things like
Well,
that.
I was thinking about it as we were going along. We may get you to come to a meeting periodically, maybe monthly, or anytime you, of course, you've been coming pretty regular anyway. But anytime you have something that you need to deliver to us, you do very well representing it. So it all means come to our meetings.
Okay, yeah, I would love to be included in any of that.
Okay.
Yes.
And any leads you have, be in contact with our office,
Absolutely.
and we'll go from there.
All right, and then,
You might have just got an even bigger workload, not work the pay raise.
but it's possible. Oh, but I'm here for the long haul.
Yeah.
I would like to know if there is any kind of title that I could claim to give myself a little bit more foot in the door access when I'm talking to people.
Yeah. Yeah. We can work on that, and you all give us some options
All right.
of what maybe someone similar in another county is doing.
Sure.
What title would you be looking for?
Like Empress of Economic Development, I don't know, Queen of the World.
Executive officer.
I mean, Economic Development Manager or Assistant or, you know, whatever. It's just, if I have something in my title that says Economic Development, then I think people take me more seriously than, I'm the tourism director. They think we're bubbly, you know.
What I see being wonderful would be, and right now you add the title and Spencer County, Kentucky, Economic Development Director. And then when the city helps us, it'll say joint Taylorsville, Spencer County Joint Economic Development Director.
Well, I could listen, I know,
Yeah.
just have some in my CV. All right, well, I appreciate that. I will run with that. Thank you very
All right,
much.
we got you, Catherine. Thank
so
you.
much. All right.
All right, Corey?
Yes, passed around a stack, a small stack for everyone. It's formalizing the lease with the Spencer County Fair Board for use of the facilities for the sports leagues, retroactive to December 1st. That was in consultation with Charlie Fisher for insurance purposes. Term of the lease will be 6 months. During the lease, cost of the rent is $1 per month plus the actual electric bill, water bill, and gas bill for the metal building, plus any charges related to the installation of the new water line to the building. I checked with the treasurer, and originally it was for the new water line and propane. Propane has been paid, but water line has not yet been paid, so just formalizing that agreement good through May 1st of 2026.
And they have, Daniel Cole showed me pictures today. They've got the ball court painted, the goals and nets are up. They're gonna put the stripes on them today, and I think they're gonna start playing maybe this week. So it's good to go. We're ready to play there. Corey had this to perfect, I guess, and we're ready for.
I'm not trying to go that far,
Well,
I assume that Charlie Fisher prepared this?
yeah, he deserves much of the credit for it, and getting back with me with the changes that they were looking to see. Like I said, December 1 commencement date would be their request, retroactive, just so that everything's good on there and paperwork wise.
And what are we paying for that again?
$1 per month plus the utilities for the metal building and the balance, well, I don't know what the invoice would be for the water line, but whatever that would be. We've already paid for turfing improvements to that building.
Yeah. And then, I mean, the agreement is, if they needed to use it, we'd work something out for them reimbursing us for some of it. We're not paying to do it for the fair or anything like that, so.
Well, this is pretty much majority winter use months, and,
Right.
the fair obviously doesn't do it in the winter, but we can use it whenever.
Right.
But, I foresee it being utilized mostly in the winter.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that even between basketball and other times, if archery or somebody else wants to use it and we can arrange it, then we can utilize this building. It has heat and good to go.
We gotta make a motion.
Well, I'll make a motion that we enter into this lease with the state of terms.
All right, is there a second? I have a motion by Mike, second by Zach, to approve the lease agreement with the stated terms with the county fair board and the fiscal court. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Hey, Lynn, I signed this agreement, and I got both your minutes signed, and I was gonna send them to you. If you don't mind signing this agreement, I'll get it back to Charlie. All right, next on the agenda is the invoices, bills, and transfers. Any questions on any of those?
Yeah, I have one. So at the city meeting, they brought up that the Christmas tree,
Yes.
apparently they'd never received a check for our portion of the
Christmas tree?
Christmas tree.
Okay, all right, well, I'll check on it.
Just,
I'll check on it.
all right, our half of the Christmas tree.
I hope they said it was pretty. 'Cause everybody I talked to thought it was beautiful.
It was nice.
All right, any questions on the invoices, bills, and transfers?
Oh, the jail bill was 63 grand.
Yeah.
What was it? Winter.
63 grand for
one place.
Jail.
jail.
Yeah.
Everybody got crazy over the holidays.
Stay out of jail, daggone.
And Scott, I got one more thing I want to mention.
Yeah.
These two just walked in, so I'm gonna put them in the spotlight a little bit. But, I think we had our first county sheriff's office as far as sergeant testing. And Deputy Brian Berry, got that promotion that'll be effective in March. So we put on a written test and, an oral board where he's in front of a bunch of supervision from other agencies. A very tough test. And, he came out on top, so he's gonna be promoted to sergeant, be our night shift sergeant. And then, I don't know if y'all have met Joey Hopper. He's one of our newest part-timers. He's been on for a few months now. He works full-time at the airport. He's actually the first responding truck to the EPS crash at the airport. But, he's been a great asset, and we've enjoyed having him, so just introduce you to him. They didn't know I was gonna say that, but y'all just walked in at the right time, so. But,
Well, hey, Robert, you got a good camera, or Andrew, take a picture of these three so we can, submit it to the paper. This community needs to know.
Oh, yeah, you don't smile.
Yeah. Yeah, stand over in the corner and we'll get us a good picture and so we can send it to Jeff and him at the paper. All right, while y'all doing that, we'll do any other invoices, bills, and transfers. Any other questions? Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Motion by Mike, second by Dan to approve the invoices, bills, and transfers. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. I don't have anything else. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Zach, second by Mike to adjourn. All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion passes. Well, I was trying to iron that over.
I was thinking that.
This one ironed that over. Well, that's my fault.
No, I'm just.
Well, she